الحمد لله الذي لا إله سواه الواحد الأحد الفرد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. والحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه أبدا سرمدا ما دامت السماوات والأرض ومن بعد ما أن تزولا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله بلغ رسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الله به غمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. يا إخوة وأخوات في الله، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل، فإن خير ما يتزود به عبد هو تقوى الله، لأن سبحانه وتعالى يقول في كتاب العزيز بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. وقوله أيضا في كتاب الكريم: شهر رمضان أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى ومن كان منكم شهر فليصم ومن شهد منكم شهر فليصم ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكمل العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون. وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعاني فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في حديث القدسي: إذا تقرب عبد إلي شبرا تقربت إليه ذراعا وإذا تقرب إلي ذراعا تقربت منه باعا وإذا أتيتني يمشي أتيته هرولا. صدق الله ثم بلغ رسوله الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. My dear brothers and sisters, we are approaching a tremendous month among the 12 months that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed on us, and is a month of Quran. And in that Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us verses, chapters, and some of them are sentences that are clear and some of them are not so clear. You need to ask those who know. There are do's and don'ts in it, and some sentences are conditional. And I want us to, inshallah, keep in mind about the conditional sentences that I'm talking about. Anytime that you listen to Quran, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned adat idha, these things based on shart, condition, reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying so. In this Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said Ma farratna fi kitab min shay. We leave nothing in this book. He said, وَلَقَدْ صَرَّفْنَا لِلنَّاسِ فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ. We have indeed explained give every similitude in this Quran. فَأَبَى أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ إِلَّا كُفْرًا. But many people deny and maintain the disbelief. Somewhere he said, وَلَقَدْ صَرَّفْنَا فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ لِلنَّاسِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ أَكْثَرَ شَيْءٍ جَدَلًا. He said, we have given example of everything that is in this Quran, but many people have argumentative, like you denying of what is in it. Now, oftentimes, we as people, Allah created us with a limited knowledge. So a knowledge that something that is past and something that we are dwelling in, what we are experiencing, that is the limitation of our knowledge. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the past, the present, and the future is equally seen as the same. So therefore, this Quran is beyond time and place. So therefore, we are living in the time where these verses that I have recited from the beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have explained everything. We have not neglected anything in this book. We have done this. We have done in this Quran. We tend to see them now that those who before have not seen them. I'll give one example to continue to prove what I was saying. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the sons of Adam, He said, Ya bani Adam, la yaftinannakum shaytan kama akhraja abawaykum min al-jannah. Yanzi'u anhuma libasahuma wa yuriyahuma sawatihima. Innahu yarakum huwa wa qabiluhum min haythu la tarawnahum. He said, O sons of Adam, do not allow shaitan to slip you out of Jannah, just as he calls your fathers, your mother, out of Jannah, where he exposed their hawra, exposed and showed yani in a way to disgrace them, remove their hawra, whereby him, shaitan, and his ally can see you whereas you cannot see them. Innahu yarakum huwa wa qabiluhum, yani shayateen, min haythu la taranahu. What is my point here? We live in the day, we live in the time that things that we have done, the purchasing, the site, the online, the activities that we have done maybe a week ago, we even forgot, let alone 2 years ago. But the system sees you, know exactly what you have done, as if you are doing it right now. They can prove that to you, and they can let you see that you have done so. They can see what you are seeing. They can, so yani, when you look at that, innahu yarakum huwa wa qabiluhum min haythu la tarawnahu. He, shaitan, can see you where, him and his ally, where you perceive not. Another ayah which will back this, inshallah. Keep in mind that this Quran continue to explain things even the time that you are living. You will see it clear when it's narrated to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Wallahu yuridu an yatuba alaykum wa yuridu alladhina yattabi'una ash-shahawa an tamilu maylan azima. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will like to pardon us. But those who wa yuridu alladhina yattabi'una ash-shahawa, those who follow their desire, their low self, would like to deviate a distant deviation. I want us to, inshallah, keep in mind the time that we are living today. It was just not too long ago, beginning of 1900, the next century that we left. People dress just like we dress, Muslims. The women and the men, everybody. Be it a Christian, Muslim, agnostic, atheist, everybody dressed like that. The haya, the hawra is covered. You have to be seen as civilized. Okay? And when you fast forward to our time, you will realize that what Quran is talking about is real. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba did not see what we experience today. Ma yantiku anil hawa in huwa illa wahyi yuha. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam disseminate what is told to disseminate. Why? Because we will be living a time that we will see words of Allah 1444 years ago as present that we are living. Why am I bringing all this? Because we are approaching a month that is pure, that each one of us is yearning to meet the month of Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the successful ones to be in the month of Ramadan. But why are we yearning to? It's because naturally we have tainted our nafs, our hearts, our soul. So therefore, a son of Adam is looking forward to do what? Purify himself. Naturally. So here we are today. In order for us to see the blessings, the magnitude of virtues in that month, we have to realize what we are talking about right now. That it is a time that is coming to us so that we can do what? Purify ourselves. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have so much virtues in that month of Ramadan. So therefore, a son of Adam being through Muharram, Safar, Rabi'a wa Rabi'a Thani, Jumada Ula, Jumada Thani, Rajab, Sha'ban, things that he have accumulated, whether we thought about it or not, we know we need to cleanse ourselves. That has caused us distant from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is closer to us. He vowed that in the Quran. He said, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ وَنَعْلَمُ مَا تُوَسْوِسُ بِهِ نَفْسُهُ وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. Allah says He's closer to us. He created us. He knows that which goes within us. And He is closer to us than our veins. He said, ما ينطق عنه ما ينطق عنه ألم تر أن الله يعلم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض ما يكون من نجوى ثلاثة إلا هو رابعهم ولا خمسة إلا هو سادسهم ولا أدنى من ذلك ولا أكثر إلا وما أينما كانوا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said He is closer to us. In many forms He is closer to us. But why do we feel distant? That is what we have to ask ourselves. Whenever words of Allah is being recited, how do you feel? It's not that you feel distant, you are not in a masjid. You are in a masjid, alhamdulillah. We are all coming here. Look at the snow. You came here because something is telling you, I must come to obey my Allah, my Rabb. These are the steps. Pushing a servant to come closer to Allah. Because knowing what Allah has promised him and what he's going through, the only way you can free yourself this world today is by going to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahi, no, nothing Nothing but that. If we know or we don't, let us know that the shayateen, they are aware of this. This is popping out today, and I urge everyone to look into it. The core of Hollywood, the evil that is behind it, you will be shocked. It's coming out now. These are those who establish the cinema, television, internet, handset, your laptop. All it is to create impurity, because one can normally say this is technology that happened by chance to advance human life. Yes, but if for us to think 1 second that these are also done to taint your spirit, to diminish or debilitate your soul, your heart, your nafs, is the only way you can be controlled. When these things are tempted. There was a time I was watching, inshallah, sometimes stories touch son of Adam than anything. They were interviewing a sorcerer, and she said, I could not see Muslims. She tried like to hypnotize the person or to catch the person's soul. She said she could not. So they asked the lady who they brought her name to to work on her. What does she do? She said dhikr of Allah. That's it. So it's the only way we cannot be controlled. When they tell you take off your hijab, you don't. They tell you to wear miniskirt, you don't. They tell you to whatever they're asking you to do, because you are facing and seeing Allah, you say, I am not doing it. I'm going to obey my Rabb. They may call you primitive, but wallahi is the only pillar that we have in order for us to be stronger. Not money, not your knowledge, but obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, this month of Quran that is coming is for us to take off those black dots. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Innal mu'minuna idha adhnaba kanat nuktatun sawadun fi qalbihi. If a mu'min, did not say a man, a believer, when he sin, there's a black dot that goes on top of the heart or in the heart. One. And he said, فَإِن تَابَ وَنَزَعَ وَاسْتَغْفَرَ سُكِلَ قَلْبُهُ. If he repent and he asks for forgiveness, then he reinstates the heart again. فَإِن زَادَ زَادَتْ. But if he continue to sin, he continue to cover it. This is what we see Allah with. All this. We talk about the last khutbah. فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَلْ أَبْصَارِ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَلْ قُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. So when the heart is aware, then you are totally different from average people. You cannot be controlled. You stand firm in obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So a month is coming, a month of Quran, that we need to realize what we left, what we have indulged ourselves in, and seeing what we are heading towards, and realize that is conditional. And inshallah we'll talk about that after. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم إن الله غفور رحيم. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the month that we are coming, in that verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prescribed the fasting, and as you're coming down, He placed a sentence which is conditional. If you forget everything, remember this. He said, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِ عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. If my servant asks you about me, I am near. After talking about fasting, what you need to do, make sure that you fast, the timing and all that stuff. And he said to Rasulullah, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِ عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. If my servant asks you about me, I am near. أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِي. I accept, I answer his call if he called me. Remember the shart, condition. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. This is what we call jawab shart. So let him answer me too. Let him answer my call. وَلِيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. And let him believe in me. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. That he will be right. He will be a pillar. He will be focusing. This is in the sentence of the month that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed fasting. So it's not a mistake, or it's not taken to put in there. It's a conditional. So therefore, what we want from Allah, He also wants something from us. Only us that know. No one. He is asking you to do this. He said, do it, I will do it for you. I call you, you answer me, I will answer you. He said, whenever you walk, you come closer to me in a span, I will come to you in cubit. And when you come to me in cubit, I will come to you in a fathom. And when you walk towards me, I will run towards you. Condition. It's conditional. So the magnitude of the virtues in the month of Ramadan, in order to cultivate it, is up to us. It's up to you and I. What does it take? A step towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's it. So my dear brothers and sisters, these are the message. We know the month of Ramadan has so much virtues, but we have to look at it in the different perspective. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that I will be forgiven. No. It's a conditional. How are you going to Allah? Because there are some, most masajid will be filled. Right after Ramadan, then it's empty. Who are we fooling? Who are we fooling? So these are the things that we have to look at ourselves. Am I one of them? Am I understanding the Quran? Am I reading the Quran to know what Allah is telling me? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking to us through the Quran. So we need to, inshallah, not dust it off. When Ramadan starts, let your Quran look so torn. Reading it. قل رسول يا رب إن قومي تخذوا هذا القرآن قرآن مهجورا. Rasulullah was weeping. My nation has forsaken the Quran. But the Quran is not only reading, but realize that the one who gave us the Quran, the knowledge of before and the present and after, is equally looked at. So therefore, it's like an open text, like an open examination. Here are the answers. Just read it and go get your 100%. Allahumma aiz al-Islam wal-Muslimin wa adil al-shirk wal-mushrikeen wa dammir a'da' ad-din. Allahumma unsur muslimina fi kulli makan ya rabbal alamin. Allahumma ballighna fi Ramadan. Allahumma ballighna fi Ramadan. Allahumma ballighna fi Ramadan. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna 'alan nabi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu 'alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Subhana rabbika rabbil 'izzati amma yasifun.